I'm 35, the founder of a successful tech consulting company I've nurtured from nothing over the past decade. It's been a grueling climb, but now the firm thrives, providing me with financial security and a comfortable life. I was married to my wife, Emily, 33, for 2 years. We'd been together for 5, and I thought we were content. Apparently, I was alone in that belief. Emily worked in marketing before our marriage, but chose to leave her job soon after we wed, saying she wanted to prioritize our life together. I supported her choice, assuming she'd return to work when ready. As the sole breadwinner, I was happy to provide stability, but in hindsight, I overlooked the warning signs. Over the past few months, Emily grew distant, her warmth replaced by a cold detachment. She'd leave the house often, offering vague excuses like needing time with friends or personal space. I brushed it off as a temporary phase, though unease gnawed at me. One night, Emily said she was meeting friends and would be home late. It was routine by then, so I didn't question it. While working late, I heard her tablet ping in the living room. Curiosity tugged at me, and I glanced at the screen. A message from someone named Ethan Reed. "Soon this will be over and we'll be set." My heart sank. I opened the conversation and learned Ethan was Emily's ex, someone she'd once called aimless and unreliable. Their messages revealed a months-long affair and a calculated plot to divorce me and claim half my assets, including my company. They schemed about securing a massive settlement to fund their carefree future on my earnings. The betrayal stung deeply. Emily had no role in building my business, yet she and Ethan saw it as their golden ticket. I spent the night grappling with the deception, replaying every ignored red flag. The next morning, I confronted her. When I mentioned Ethan, her face drained of color. She tried to deflect, accusing me of breaching her privacy, but I held firm. She admitted to the affair and with chilling audacity said, "I want a divorce, and I'm entitled to half of everything." Her sense of entitlement was breathtaking. She claimed she'd sacrificed her career for me, though she'd chosen to stop working. I stood my ground. "You're not touching my company," I said. "You've contributed nothing to it." What Emily didn't know was that years earlier, my mother and I had transferred the business and key assets to her name for legal protection. That decision, made for practical reasons, became my shield. During mediation, Emily and her lawyer were smug, expecting to claim a large share of my wealth. Their confidence crumbled when my attorney presented documents proving the business was my mother's. Emily's team argued she deserved compensation for her role in our marriage, but the evidence was clear. The court ruled in my favor, granting her a small settlement, far less than she'd hoped. As the judge delivered the verdict, Emily's face twisted with rage. Her plan had collapsed. Leaving the courtroom, I felt relief wash over me. The ordeal was draining, but fairness had won. Emily's anger only grew after the ruling. She launched a vicious campaign to tarnish my name, spreading lies to mutual friends and posting cryptic accusations online, portraying herself as the victim and me as a manipulative schemer. Some believed her. Others saw her desperation. My lawyer advised silence. Let the court's decision speak for itself. I focused on damage control. A few clients asked about the rumors, and I reassured them with honesty and discretion, emphasizing that my personal life wouldn't affect our work. Most valued our long-term relationships and dismissed Emily's claims. To protect my company, my mother and I fortified its legal structure, ensuring no future vulnerabilities. I also hired a PR specialist to monitor my online presence in case Emily escalated her attacks. The emotional toll was heavier. Being betrayed by someone I trusted left wounds. I buried myself in work, but loneliness crept in during quiet moments. Friends urged me to take a break or try therapy, but I wasn't ready to confront the pain. Then, unexpectedly, Ethan called one evening. His voice was shaky. "I know you have no reason to trust me, but I need to tell you something." I nearly hung up but paused. "What could you possibly have to say?" he exhaled. "Emily deceived us both. She told me you were controlling, that she was trapped. I didn't know about the business until court. She said you were hiding money, not that it was legally protected." I laughed bitterly. "You're just figuring this out now? She dumped me the moment she lost," he said. "She used me too. I lost my job because of this. My reputation's ruined." The irony wasn't lost on me. Her accomplice was another victim of her schemes. Months later, the divorce was finalized, and Emily vanished from my life. Word reached me that she'd relocated, likely fleeing her own mess. I dipped my toes back into dating, not to fill a void, but to prove her betrayal wouldn't define me. I took it slow, valuing authenticity over haste. My business flourished. Free of legal battles, I launched a new division that quickly turned profitable. My mother, always my rock, suggested a vacation to celebrate. For the first time in years, I considered it. A year later, a handwritten letter arrived, no return address. I know you won't forgive me, and I don't expect you to. I'm sorry, not for the lawsuit, but for the lies. I was angry and thought I deserved more. I was wrong. I hope you're okay. It was Emily. I stared at it, tempted to shred it, but tucked it away instead, not for her, but as a marker of my own closure. 5 years later, I stood on the terrace of my new penthouse, gazing at the city below. My company had grown into a global enterprise with offices in 3 countries. The wounds had healed, though the lessons lingered. One evening, a news alert caught my eye. Former marketing exec arrested in multi-state fraud scheme. Emily's mugshot stared back at me. The report detailed her scam, targeting wealthy business owners with fake relationships to siphon their money. Ethan, now a whistleblower, had helped authorities build the case. I closed the article, feeling neither triumph nor pity, just acknowledgement that justice had caught up. A week later, my assistant said Ethan was in the lobby asking to see me. Reluctantly, I agreed. He looked worn, older. I don't deserve your time, he began, but I wanted to apologize in person. I was naive to trust her. I studied him. Why now? Her arrest showed me how far her lies went, he said. I lost my career, my savings, everything. I'm testifying against her, but I needed to say I'm sorry for my role. I nodded. We were both her targets. The difference is I moved forward. That evening, I met with my mother to finalize a plan. I slid documents across the table, transferring full ownership of the business to me, a symbolic move as she'd always trusted me to lead. She smiled. Your father would be so proud. The next day, I announced a new foundation to support entrepreneurs recovering from personal or financial betrayal. It felt like the right way to close this chapter, turning my pain into others' opportunity. On the anniversary of the court ruling, another letter arrived, this time from a federal prison. You won in every way. I hope my downfall brings you peace. I didn't read past the first line. I burned it, watching the flames consume the last trace of her hold on me. Outside, the sun rose on a new day, one I'd built free from her shadow.